So this will most likely be the last video on the Are You Kind or Are You Nice series, because I'm hoping the message has been passed as much as I can, and I hope that it keeps resonating with as many people as possible. I would like to highlight what might be somewhat disadvantages of being kind, because it seems I've been highlighting disadvantages of being nice over and over again. So does kindness always end in a beautiful or in a happily ever after story? No. Actually, you stand to be grossly misunderstood as a kind person because you're considered too harsh, you're considered less polite, you're considered less compassionate, okay, because you're not acting the nanny, you're not acting the baby. And sometimes, as an individual who has practiced kindness instead of niceness, you begin to feel isolated, especially if you're surrounded by people who are much more interested in playing the nice card. So it feels like you have this tag on your head that says, hey, I'm the demon, right? And then the pressure of conformity begins to eat at you. At that point, always remember what you stand for. Once you remember what you stand for and you search your conscience and you're certain that the boundaries you're creating is not to harm or hurt anybody, then you're fine. People will come around eventually. Remember, it's either you fight for acceptance or you earn respect, okay? And always go for respect, okay? Earn it. So always keep it at the back of your mind that being kind comes with having to fight through life, most likely as a misunderstood person 90% of times, because a lot of people are raised or they've conditioned their minds to be victims of circumstances, thinking it makes them how do I put it, people play victim so many times so they can attract sympathy, so they can attract mobs or people patting them on their back or whatnot. But also remember that playing victim is a game for the weak, okay? Playing victim is a game for somebody who wants to remain at the bottom of the ladder. But if you're interested in climbing the ladder and staying at the top of it, then you know playing victim is a disservice to the potentials that you carry. So it is okay if you have people around you who misunderstand your kindness as being, oh, she's not so friendly. Oh, that's okay. I've mentioned it before. You can't be friends with the whole world. You don't owe anybody mandatory friendship, okay? You should be able to define your friendship circle without any regrets. My friendship circle is my friendship circle. If I don't think you should be in it, I'm going to make that very clear. And it is not because I dislike you as a person, it's just that the values that you have do not fit into my circle, just like the values that I have may not fit into yours, and that is just okay. It has nothing to do about likeness or dislike. It is just absolutely okay for people to have boundaries and for those boundaries to be in serious effect. The moment we understand that people setting boundaries is not targeted at you, okay, it's not a one-on-one issue. It's not because they don't like your face or they don't like the sound of your voice. It could be sometimes. However, boundaries are personal decisions meant for the betterment of the person. And it is okay to be selfish for self-preservation. I'm bringing in so many layers into this, but essentially, if you're going to be kind, you will be misunderstood. You will be forced to bow to the pressure of conformity. You will be forced. But always remember what you stand for. Always remember the value that you carry. Always remember that what you're doing, again, search your heart. Remember that what you're doing is for a bigger good, okay? It's not to make anybody comfortable, but it's to make them better. And if you lower those standards of ensuring that people get better through your honesty, then look at the number of lives that you might be affecting. Look at the ripple effect. Look at the number of people that might have been elevated through your honesty by you saying, look, I know you can do this. I don't know why you're trying to be lazy. Get up, get it done, because I know you can do it. You have it in you. So why are you stopping yourself? Honest, brutal, straight up, okay? It doesn't have to be brutal all the time. Personally, I try to be as soft as possible, and I actually give long rope before you get the tough love. So I approach it with softness initially. Oh no, I think this is what you should do. This is what you should do. But then if you keep on repeating the same mistakes, you keep on doing the same thing and you're expecting different results, and you keep coming back to me expecting me to sulk on your tears with you, or to keep you away from sulking, no, I'm not gonna do that. Then you get the second dose of it. And sometimes firmness and sternness help people to grab the message better. It aids their comprehension, helps you to instill the message a bit faster. So it's faster and it has a longer longevity. On this note, I'll be wrapping up the series on Are You Nice or Are You Kind? Again, I encourage you to be kind. And when you make that choice to be kind, do not forget that you will be grossly misunderstood, especially in an environment where people are looking for people to put their pads on them all the time. You will be misunderstood. And at that moment when you're misunderstood and you think people who are doing contrary to what you're doing, you know, the nice gang, if you think they're getting more attention, they're building up a clique, don't even look up, don't look at that. Okay, bowing to the pressure of conformity again is a sign of weakness. Remember, if you don't stand for something, you will stand for anything and with anything. Define what you want to stand with without any regret. It might feel a little bit isolating, it might feel a little bit stressful, but just remember what you stand for and you will be all right. You will be fine. So keep on doing good, be kind to people, and make sure you are not part of the reason why a person who could have soared so high remains low, just because you failed to tell the truth because you want to remain in their good books. Until the next series, thank you very much again for all the kind feedback. Thank you very much. Bye.